Greetings, Chris Fiola here with the December 6, 2024 edition of Photo Fiola Friday. This week, we have a wide-angle lens shootout on the Pentax K-3 III Monochrome camera. Here are the combatants for this shootout. First, I rented from Lens Rentals two lenses. The HD Pentax-D FA 21mm f2.4, which is a well-regarded and very expensive lens, goes for about $1,300. Second, from Lens Rentals, the Pentax 20 to 40 millimeter limited zoom, the only zoom in the limited series. Then two of my own fairly modern lenses. It's the Pentax 15 millimeter f4 limited, which is very well regarded. People claim it hypnotizes them. It's so good, although I haven't been that lucky with it. And second, my Pentax-DA 12 to 24 f4 zoom. And then finally, a blast from the past, the Pentax SMC M 20mm f4, which is my all-time favorite lens on any camera system. I've taken more photos that have been published with that lens than pretty much everything else combined. That's my ride or die lens. So let's take a look. What I've done here is I've got these things full screen, so you can see them hopefully in quite a bit of detail. These are straight out of the camera JPEGs, and I've got the EXIF information up on the side here. Now, when he says 20mm f0, that means it has no EXIF data on the aperture, which means, ta-da! It's the SMC M with no electrical contact, because we didn't have those things back in the day. And what I've done here is taken shots pretty much one after the other, just switching lenses, maintaining the same spot, and of course the same camera settings here. Obviously the apertures are dependent somewhat on the lenses here, but you could see how these things stack up against each other. That was the 20mm M. This now, where it says 20mm 2.8 up here, this is the limited zoom set at 20 millimeters. I took some shots with it at 40 just to test it out, but for our purposes today, we want to see how it stacks up against the others. Here's the 21mm limited. It's a very, very fine lens, but I'm not sure it's worth double or triple what these other lenses are worth when you're looking at it here. I normally don't pixel peep like this, but I really wanted to put these things one up against the other and see what was worth it. And finally, here is the 15mm. Obviously, it's a little bit wider than the other three, which are 20 or 21. But again, excellent detail here. Now, here's my favorite statue of the judge in downtown Grapevine. You've seen this as I've run through the Pentax 17 tests. I do take a lot of pictures of this judge, but because, well, it's... I just enjoy it. What can I say? This is the 21mm lens again. And here is the 15, slightly wider field of view. Oh, I've got two from the 15 there. Sorry about that. Here is the... here's my other zoom now. This is the 12 to 24, which... oddly enough, ended up being my least favorite of all of these lenses. And here is the SMC M 20mm manual focus 50-year-old lens. Still getting it done. Here's the 21 now. This is a latest and greatest Pentax full frame lens. So it's a great lens. It really is. Here's the 21 again. And here are some pictures of a wooden door with some details. This is the, for some reason I had the 20 to 40 limited zoomed out to 33 here. Sorry about that. Here's the SMC M again. And here's the 21 millimeter again. And let's really zoom in now. All of the pictures you're about to see are of the judge statue at 195%. And I think what you see here, here's the SMC M. Here is the 15. I've zoomed in to get the same sort of what do you call here? Frame of reference here. Interesting difference in the bokeh. Here, now here's the 21 millimeter. Again, it's interesting the differences in the bokeh here. But that's kind of the biggest difference. And now this is the... which one is this? So this is the... this is the 12 to 24 again. So conclusions. The 12 to 24 is my least liked lens out of it. I don't hate it, but don't love it either. It's big, it's bulky. It's I don't know, the autofocus on it is just hinky. I'm just not comfortable with it for a whole bunch of reasons there. So maybe I'll start looking for another wide angle, or ultra wide I should say, in that case. I mean, I bought it primarily because it went out to 12, and I just I don't know, just the focus hunts or doesn't work. There are a couple places here where I couldn't take a picture that all the other lenses did fine because it just wouldn't settle on a focus. And I'm standing in one place with the camera focusing with lens after lens, and they just snap into focus. Obviously, I'm talking about the autofocus lenses here, not the M. And this one wouldn't focus at all. So it's not just me. It's something with this lens. My second least favorite, I think maybe I'd feel different if I had other stuff. I'm not much of a zoom guy, but the limited zoom lens, the 20 to 40, I just was shocked at how big and bulky it was. I was expecting something like the little pancake zooms that you get on Micro Four Thirds. I mean, not as small as those pancake zooms, obviously, because it's a bigger system, but something comparable. Instead, I got something that ended up being the biggest of the 5 lenses I tested by a lot. So, yeah, that was kind of surprising in not a great way. So that leaves us with the, I really liked the 21 millimeter limited. $1,300 it's not enough different or better than the lenses I already have to, for me to spend that kind of money on it. I think this is interesting here. This is the $1,300 Pentax 21 millimeter f2.4 limited, and this is the 50-year-old Pentax SMC M 20 f4. Both of them zoomed into, as you can see here, 195%, and this is a little sharper, maybe, but it, again, we're at a ridiculous pixel peeping look here, and you can see that I shot both of these at ISO 3200, so I'm punishing these lenses, and man, that M stands up. That is just a great lens. But my biggest conclusion here ends up being that my favorite out of all these lenses, unexpectedly to me, is the 15 millimeter limited. And I discovered during the course of this, I think what has frustrated me with the 15, I've had the 15 for a very long time. I had it before I had the monochrome. And I've always had focus problems with it. And for a while, I thought it was just a bad copy of the lens. There is manufacturing variants in the lenses, and I thought I just maybe got a bad copy. And then I thought maybe I needed to, I needed to work on the. You can hand tune, fine tune autofocus in Pentax cameras, and I kept meaning to do it with the monochrome, but I just never got around to it. But I found that actually manually focusing the 15 got much better results than autofocusing. But I was shocked to notice something I hadn't seen before when I was standing in one place and doing it, and that is, it turns out that the real problem is that for whatever reason, maybe because of how wide it is, the 15 picks wildly. I get wildly disparate focus points with it, and I noticed it because I'd go from the 21, which would be focused on, whatever I wanted to focus on, whether it was a piece of fencing or the judge's face here, and then when I'd switch to the 15, it would be like focused on some piece of floor or something. It just, I don't know. I guess it's so wide the camera gets confused, and then so by actually selecting the focus point, I suddenly got excellent results. And so, I spent $100 or $150 total, I guess, with shipping and everything to rent these couple of lenses. But I ended up deciding not to buy anything and instead to really find my way through find my way to fall in love with this 15 better. Because when it starts to work the way it's supposed to, it's just an unbelievably fabulous lens. And I was not using it correctly and not getting the most out of it. So that's my big next step here is to really figure out the 15 on the monochrome there. I have to figure out how to either select focus points or to get to the right focus lock before shooting. That seems to be the magic key with this thing. So. I do want to think about an ultra wide thing, but frankly, I'm going to spend a couple of months wrestling with the 15 and seeing if I can really get to love it. So that's my conclusions. The 15 has an enormous amount of potential. I need to be able to wring it out of it. And again, here's the 20 at 195%. This is a 50-year-old manual focus lens. Here's the 15. It's amazing how sharp the bokeh is. These little lights are here compared to these balls that we get here with this, and also the same with the 21 here. So this is the 20. Making sure. No, that's the limited again. So where did the 21 go? Yeah, there's the 21. Yeah, the balls are there, but they're softer. So. Great lens, just doesn't, I've got too many things right there. So falling in love with the 15, still in love with the 20, and still hate the 12 to 24. That's our conclusions, and I hope this was somewhat enlightening and you enjoyed our shootout. Fuel out, have a great day.